professor, I will test you in the worst way. Don't bring a Scantron, pop quizzes all day. Cause of our chemistry, we do biology.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail, man. This is what made this country. So, there's a clip, Cowards Rule the World, basically, from Yellowstone. So, Kevin Costner's sitting there talking to a character name is Rip. And he's like, this country, cowards rule the world these days, man. It's not necessarily an unholy alliance, but basically survival of the unfittest. And I laughed when I saw it. Yellowstone's a dope show, though. I laughed when I saw it because I think about society and how society and history really has evolved, how history has been made in this country. And for some odd reason, they have this stoic belief of America. And I'm like, when I listen to stuff like that, I think about all the political talks and all the alpha talks and all the racial talks. And it's like, you know what the issue is? People don't want to admit that this country was created out of cowardice. And what I mean by that is the things that made all this country so great, the so-called decision makers and heroes and founding fathers did really slimy snake stuff. Cowardly things. Smile in your face, give you a hug, stab you in the back type thing. Actually is to come to dinner, poison your food type things. And then you stand on the legacy of that and like, I don't know why this country's run by cowards and bad people who are unscrupulous and have no morals. It's like, have you not? Where was the morality at again? And the reason I gotta say it this way is because when I look at it, it's an interesting take because what winds up happening is people, for some odd reason, believe that the people in the past were so heroic, they had a high standard of character, and now all of a sudden society is deteriorating as far as character integrity. And I'm thinking to myself, no. Unfortunately, I can tell you society is getting better just because of cameras. Because think about all the things that are done behind closed doors, that were done behind closed doors in the past, that affected people in the past. That somebody made a decision, somebody made a deal, and somebody decided to, play people and use them and manipulate them and set them up to get killed in some instances. And all you got to say is, God bless America. It's like when men were men. These guys, you do realize when you talk about like the greatest generation and when men were men, the men of that generation who were grown men sent teenagers off to war. The storm Normandy. The men that were men, they wasn't, nah, I ain't going. Sign them up, Jim. Y'all do realize that, right? That never skipped my mind. When you send people to the Korean War, when you send people to Vietnam, you do realize that's what they were doing. No, the Trail of Tears. How about that? You do realize that was a cowardly act, right? That was a president doing that. You do realize that, right? Slavery, yeah. Civil War, yeah. Jim Crow, cowardly. What do you call that? Manifest Destiny, cowardly. When you could come to a place and work with people and trade with people and become friends with people and then say, hey, can we, do this and do that? And those people will go, yeah, it's all good. Just over there. Yeah. No. You befriend them and stab them in the back. Cowardly. And the world is run by cowards. Yeah. But the problem, the ultimate problem with this belief system is it's always pointing. And what I mean by that is this. The world is run by cowards, people pointing to the government, right? Americans pointing to other countries, right? But you can't, like, in this country, you don't look at yourself and say, you know what? Because at the same time, in this country, you could be a coward for $1, and it just depends on how big the number is. And if you're a coward for $1 and you wind up, playing people out of their life savings, somebody like, yo, smart. If you stab somebody in the back, that was a strategic move. It's like, this is the country we talking about, man. So don't give me this speech about, I'm not saying the show was dope, but the speech about, man, cowards is cowards. Well, if you think the men are cowards, it ain't just that the men are raised by their moms, that's why they're cowards. Some of you dads were cowards, and y'all taught y'all kids how to be cowards because under this circumstance, you could be a coward and take this shortcut or stab this person in the back or use nepotism this way, or you know what I'm saying, or use your connections to get something you don't deserve or earn and take it from somebody who actually earned it because the survival of the fittest. And it's like, it's how this country was made. How some of y'all families are so well together and great. You built your family on it, y'all built your legacy on being cowards. But then you don't want to talk about that part, you know what I'm saying? But that's just my thoughts, man. Tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
You ever been to the top of the universe? I'm gonna take you there.